going on, everyone? Blake O'Rulian here, and we've got yet again a great show for you today. We got a chance to sit down with several local athletes, and we take a trip to Sun and Ski Sports to get outfitted for the summer. Up first, Maddie Evans.
Thanks so much, Blake. You're totally right. We're going to talk all things biking right now because at the 2022 GoPro Mountain Games this year, we saw a new activity added to the lineup. Now, this was our 20th anniversary of the GoPro Mountain Games, and we've seen them expand so vastly throughout the years, and that expansion moving on to different locations throughout our community. So we got the Steep Creek Chutes going on with the kayaking, and now we've got a new feature at the Minturn Bike Park, which the Minturn Bike Park is a new bike park anyway, and so to expand to it and add something cool like the dual slalom course was absolutely exciting and incredible for our community. Now we're really lucky as Straight Acres pro rider couple Kyle and Rachel Straight came into our community, helped build this bike park and bring it to life so that we could have this dual slalom course. And really, they built the dual slalom course. They're known for this. They're known for making these courses intense. Now, dual slalom is head-to-head competing on bikes, which I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty dang scary to me, only because I struggle to ride a bike really anyway. I had the chance to go and watch some of the races as they were really intense, and we can show you some of that footage here on the screen. As you can see that these athletes are just competing straight up, head to head, side by side. There's not a whole lot of margin for error in these competitions, so you got to kind of be on your game, because if you go down in front of your opponent is going down on top of you, just like some of the professional bike series. Now we're showing you some B-roll where you can see all of the athletes getting ready. Some of them are on dual suspension mountain bikes, some of them are on BMX bikes. It really just depended on the athlete and their ability to race. Now, anyone could participate in this race and get out there and hit the course and enjoy the course, and they were pairing people up with similar times from the qualifying the day before we got this footage. But like you can see this kid right here up on the screen, he is a younger generation athlete, and he is so incredibly fast. He is absolutely dominating the course. Now everyone kind of has a different riding style. Some people are taking those embankment turns a little bit slower. Some people are using that as a moment to gain some speed, build up some momentum, and then some people are using the little knolls to pump track the system, just like you would if you're a skier and you know that if you pull your knees up and over the little knolls, it'll help you increase that speed just a little bit. Some of these riders were doing that. Then some of them were wheeling over it, keeping their back tire kind of touching and pedaling while that was happening, just to help build up that speed a little bit more. And this is a really cool activity. Now you can see the white line that's in the course. If racers crossed that white line, then it could be grounds for disqualification, just depending on how much they crossed that line. And so you can see some people by the end of this course are absolutely just exhausted. We're going to see a fall coming up where the guy's front tire clipped one of the rocks, and you can see him go down. He stands up, he double pats his helmet, and this is a sign that means I'm okay. They started originally using this in kayaking, and it's kind of made its way through a lot of the sports, but men, women, children, a lot of people came out to compete in this activity, which made it really fun to just get out there and see, as there were so many people hitting the course and really just bringing out their skills. Oh, see, there you go. You can see him kind of hit one of those rocks or just get a little bit off course there into the grass and slow that front tire down, bringing his momentum to a stop, kind of flipping over, but he got up, he said he was okay, and he continued racing the rest of the day. Now, our very own Kevin Shields from Good Morning Vail is a professional BMX biker, so we were really hoping that he was going to be there competing at this event. Unfortunately, he got hurt right before the event took place, so that kind of put him out of the game. He needed to just slow down, chill out, hang out, and make sure that he wasn't in any pain. That way he can compete in a very large competition that he has coming up in France. This is a really fun activity, and this is a really great addition to our community. So if you've not been to the Minturn Bike Park, maybe you're someone who's just getting into mountain biking, this is a great place for you to go and learn just a little bit more. Whether you want to get on the intense dual slalom course, which they've built for experts, by experts, but anyone can get out there because you can just take your time, go nice and slow, be mellow on all of these really big features because they set it up with some pretty big features. And if you know anything about biking, you can just tell that when you're looking at this course based on the size of some of the jumps, how big and deep these embankment turns are. And then of course they've got just the pump track where you can go, you can kind of explore, you can test out your skills on your bike, which makes it very fun. Now some of these athletes are local, some of them are from out of town, and we had word that a lot of the local athletes who train up here pretty frequently had a hometown advantage only because they knew the conditions of the course pretty well. There wasn't a whole lot of moisture as we led into this, and so that gave the course a little bit more of that dry, dusty feeling instead of that hero dirt feeling that a lot of mountain bikers know and love. And so it was really fun to see all of them, and it was really fun to really see all of these athletes come together and compete here in our hometown. So if you like biking and you want to get out there and you want to hit the track, just make sure that you're prepared, wear your safety gear, but get out there and have a great time. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got more of the scoreboard.
Welcome back to the scoreboard. I'm your host, Blake O'Rulian, and up next, we had a chance to sit down with Thomas Walsh, a local Vail athlete. Thomas won a silver medal at the Paralympics and stopped by to fill us in on his summer training regimen. Here's what he had to say.
For those of you who don't know, Vail produces some of the most incredible athletes, and we've got one of them joining us on the couch first thing this morning, Thomas Walsh, who just won a silver medal at the Paralympics, and now he's going to give us some information on what he does in the summer because he has to stay in shape. Thomas, thank you for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Oh man, you have been on the go.
Constantly moving, constantly training, constantly, touring the country. I had the privilege to go see the president at the White House with Team USA.
I just saw that on your social media.
Which is a wonderfully awesome experience. Not only is it humbling to represent, our country, but also to experience those moments that are truly once in a lifetime.
Truly once in a lifetime, and I mean the pictures, the videos, all of it that came out of that from you were so incredible, and you looked so happy, like you were just in your element, thriving.
I loved it. I really felt blessed to be a part of that group and this community that I'm in. It's not every day that one gets to go to the White House or even meet athletes from other sports. I'm a winter sport athlete, so I know some snowboarders, some Nordic skiers, and in that little world, but getting to meet athletes who are swimmers and runners and various other things that you might have never even heard of is really great.
It is really cool, and it's really cool how it all comes together in just that community of representing Team USA and really showing what we're all about. And so it is cool that you got to do that. And then right after that, you were on the go again to do some more on-snow training, and you just got home from it.
Absolutely. I actually was just returning from Mammoth, California, where it's still snowing. So it was a little cold, a little windy, but it was good to get back on the snow. And people always ask, why are you back on snow so quick? It feels like the Paralympics just ended in March. So what, a year, 2 months even? But my sport's a never-ending journey and have to constantly refine those skills. And so kind of taking this time to deconstruct my skills on snow and almost relearn how to ski. Go back to the beginner chair. I spent about 6 days cycling the beginner chair at Mammoth Mountain. And that is painful. It is long. And for someone like me who knows how to get out there and enjoy the mountains and all the steep terrain, having to take that patience, take a deep breath and look, hey, I got 4 years till my next big competition. I'm going to take the time now to improve after that.
Right, and when you deconstruct it, you're talking everything from edge angle articulation with your coaches who literally are watching the ways your knees are moving. So you literally go from being at the Paralympics to being at ground zero.
Absolutely. We learned everything from the basics, learning how to do a wedge turn, a parallel turn, some of these things that people learn when they're just starting to ski. And it really is humbling and eye-opening for me to go back to those true roots to really try and figure out, okay, Thomas, how can I make my skills better by starting at the very beginning and kind of working out those little fine kinks that we need.
Do you think that when you are ski instructing and you are helping people kind of learn these skills themselves, it puts you in that mindset of just constantly taking yourself back to that step one, and especially when you're in the midst of your competing season?
Absolutely. I think as any expert in their craft, it takes so many hours to learn, but you also need to come back to the things that start you off. And so when I'm teaching and doing these drills with basic, beginners, that's helping me refine my own skills on the course. And so when I come to these camps where my coaches are scrutinizing every little millimeter of if my skis are moving or my knees or ankles or whatever it is, that has given me a little bit of practice.
It definitely has, and I feel like it makes you such a good ski instructor, but also you're the most humble ski instructor on the mountain, and I say this every time we see each other because people don't know who they're skiing with until like after they're done skiing with Thomas, which is always really impressive. And so you just got your summer training. How intense is your training this summer?
The summer will be interesting. It is the first year of a quad, so we're looking 4 years ahead. And
Yes.
to someone who's not involved in the sport, it might seem like a long ways away, but it's going to come at me really quick. These
Yes.
past 4 years went so quick, I know these next ones are going to come. So the summertime is going to be involved with a lot of dryland training, cross training. I work out at the Westin here in Avon, and they have a wonderful gym facility, so I like to do that. And then I get outside on my mountain bike on Beaver Creek or Vail Mountains. I like to paddleboard, really just trying to stay active. So going to work on some cardio things, climb up the Berry Picker Hill climb every now and then, and we'll see how the summer goes. Unfortunately, one of my camps was unfortunately canceled, but we'll keep it going. I'll get back on snow in Europe sometime in the fall.
So you've got kind of a break from some snow for a while now, which, I mean, has to feel a little bit nice just for your mental health, because when you do something so repetitively and so constantly, sometimes it can get draining. And so when you're doing all of this, how do you stay mentally focused and motivated to keep pushing forward for this, what seems like forever to anyone who's like 4 years from now, that's a ways away. But for you, you're like, wow, that's going to be here quickly.
Exactly. I think I have a lot of relief when it comes this time of year. I get to go out on the golf course as well. Being a ski racer, you're sitting on the chairlift, and I'm just always cold. It gets in your bones. I'm sure you know what I mean. It gets inside your body, and you stay perpetually cold. And now I get to wear shorts. I get to go to the golf course, enjoy some of the sunshine we have. So that keeps me happy, and always trying to continue to look ahead and know what I want to do and have those goals set for myself, and know that the time that I put in now at the gym and working out or staying active is what's going to help me come later in the season and make sure that I'm ready for the challenges ahead.
And so we've talked a few times, you and I. We've sat on this couch, we've caught up just a few times. I'm going to say just a few. And when you were a young child growing up here, what was the thing that motivated you the most to get on snow and be a competitive athlete?
I think I was just so hyperactive. I was involved in various things from Nordic to Alpine to doing a lot of kind of arts events around here. So I really wanted to dip my fingers into everything, and I just couldn't stop moving. That's really what it was. And I think athletics and various sports were a way for me to not only annoy my mom and my family all the time, but also utilize that energy in a constructive and productive way.
Which is really cool to see the progress that you've made throughout your career, because everyone who has grown up in the Valley, like you and I have known each other for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool to have watched your story and your journey start where you did with ski racing and to where you are right now, because you're an incredible athlete. And how cool is it that you're sitting here in Vail, Colorado, your hometown, with us talking about your career?
It is very surprising.
Full circle.
I feel blessed. We have a bunch of good athletes from
Yes.
this valley, and
Yes, we do.
like you said, it's a pretty small community, and so we've known each other a while, and being a part of that athletic community and seeing some of my friends and fellow athletes also push ourselves and each other, it really elevates the whole experience, and it makes me happy to be a part of it.
I mean, you're such a great role model for the kids in our community who are looking to maybe get into ski racing, because it is such a, universal program that we have here is the best way to put it, because whether you want to do Devo or whether you want to run the gates up in Beaver Creek or in Vail Mountain and you just want to put your toes in the water of ski racing, we've got so many great opportunities, and it's so cool to see athletes like yourself come so far.
Thank you, and I always make the joke that if I had to choose ski racing, I probably wouldn't choose it because it's so expensive. But I love the mountains, and I love what I do, and being able to see some younger athletes on the mountain is always a blessing. I rode Chair 11 a couple weeks before closing, and I ran into some ski club kids, and we started chatting, and being able to look at their lives and through my eyes, and knowing that I was once that kid on the chairlift, looking at the older kids and looking at the older athletes and idolizing them. It makes me want to give back more and simply be a part of that.
I think that you do such a good job immersing yourself in our community to help inspire these young athletes that are just up and coming in their careers. And so you get some downtime, you get to paddleboard, you get to get out on the golf course, and you just get to focus on your dryland training for right now before you get back on the snow.
Yep, it's going to come quick. It's going to come quick, like I said. I guess we have snow coming in this week. I'm a little scared of that. I was happy to take the snow clothes away for a bit, but it'll be great. It'll be great, so I'll be around.
Well, so good to see you, and thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us and giving us all this great information. Congratulations on all of the accomplishments that you had in just the last 6 months. You've been on fire.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Make sure that you follow him on social media. That way you can see exactly what he's up to, from meeting the president to going to camps in Mammoth. He's doing it all, and he's back in our community for just a little bit. So if you see him out and about, make sure that you say hi, because he's a great part of our community. We're going to take a short break. When we come back from the break, we've got just a little Good Morning Vail left.
Welcome back to the scoreboard. Summer is upon us, and that means we need to gear up for all of those outdoor activities. We recently had the chance to drop in at Sun and Ski Sports. Let's take a look.
Swimsuit season is finally upon us, and the place to shop right now, whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, is at Sun and Ski Sports. And we're joined by Alex, who's going to give us a run through of all of the great options that you guys have here. Thank you for meeting us, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. It's starting to get warm outside. You know, the temperature's coming in. There are rivers in the street from all the snow melting, unfortunately. But water's water at the end of the day. So whether we get it in a pool or whether you're out bathing in the street,
I was just going to say, skimboarding in the street sounds great.
Yeah, that actually does sound like a great idea. But we got a bunch of different options, stylings, and we'll go walk us through a couple different brands that we carry. Some of the stuff you guys can come find in store and see for yourselves all the different radical styles. We have all these different colors and shapes, really.
Truly, I was shopping around and I was like, this one needs to come home with me. This one should come home with me. And so let's kick it off over here with the men's, just because it has some good technology in it.
Yeah, so we've got a couple different brands. And these days, kind of one of the big things with swim trunks is going to be the drying, how quick it dries. So when you get out of the water, you're not dripping 10 minutes, 15 minutes down the street, down wherever you're hanging out in the chair, whatever it is. These things dry incredibly quick these days. I mean, you give it a quick brush off, you sit in the chair for about 2 minutes, and next thing you know, you're dry and you haven't realized it. It's amazing how quick this happens. And of course, everybody's got different names for it, whether you've got Hyper Dry from O'Neill, Quick Dry from some of the other brands, and then some of the materials they make this stuff out of too is getting really cool. So we got the Billabong on the corner here. It's a fully recycled material, and some of the other colors and styles too. And even we talk about style, let's talk about Peanuts, Quicksilver. I mean, come on, that's a cool little short we've gotten in. So you have true swim trunks and some of these stylings over here. And then we got two in the middle here, which are I call hybrids. You got submersibles and then the O'Neill. They do call it a hybrid. And you know me, I love wearing shorts, whether it's winter or summertime. And these are my favorites. This is what I wear. It really is a short where you can wear it all day long at work like I do. But you could wear on a rafting trip and, hop in the water and boom, you hop out again. And again, we talk about hyper dry technology. The thing's going to dry so quick.
I know, you're in shorts right now. It's about 40 degrees outside, and I'm in a sweater. I think that one of us is overdressed and one of us might be a little bit underdressed. These make it super convenient, though, especially in the summertime. If you are doing something like maybe you're going to take your dog for a walk by the river and you're like, wow, I really want to cool down, empty your pockets, sit down, hang out, and then by the time you're done with your walk, you're going to be okay to take these shorts into your job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love the versatility these things offer, and exactly that for that reason. Doesn't matter what you're doing that day, you're ready to go. Whether you're on the water or you didn't even think about it, but suddenly you happen to be there, doesn't matter. You're all set to go.
It's perfect. And then as we make our way over to the women's, you've got a lot of collections here for women, whether you want that more conservative style or maybe you want that more fun and bright colored style. You've got something for everyone.
Yeah, so you've got, again, talk about fun and bright colors. We have really these crazy designs. We've got the rip curl and the billabong and these really vibrant colors really popping, making it very easy to see. And then the full one piece in the yellow, again, another vibrant color, but with a little more of a classic touch to it. And then we have a full classic one piece from Carve. I mean, so there really are designed for you no matter who you are, whether you want those vibrant colors to stand out or you really like something a little more classic, a little more old school.
Which is really cool, and we were talking about the billabong earlier being made out of recycled material, so it's sustainable. Same with the women's line, which is really cool because that's a big push right now. Just everywhere you go, everyone wants that sustainable motion, and so the fact that they're taking it into their swimwear is awesome.
Yeah, it's something you're seeing. It's really, as you said, a big push. It's something a lot of these brands are starting to do. So whether it's this year or the next couple of years, I think it's something you're going to see from almost everybody. And it really is a great design. I mean, we need to take care. You and I, we live in Colorado. We love the outdoors.
Yes.
We need to take care of it as best we can. So anything these guys are doing to make this a better industry going forward and more sustainable, absolutely, I'm always happy to promote and really be like, hey, this thing is a really cool idea.
Especially when it comes to swimwear, because that's really the best way to connect with nature. You're out there, you're in the river, you're in the ocean, you're doing something, and you're right there in the water, so you might as well just make sure that it's recycled material.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be outside. If you're getting in the water, you got to be outside 99% of the time, unless you have an indoor pool. But the rest of it, you're going to be in nature, as you said. So it's a great way to help us keep connected to nature and really feel involved.
And so if people are interested in doing some swimwear shopping with you guys, how can they do so?
You can come into the store. I mean, again, talking about all the different colors and styles, the best way to do it, come in and see what we got. We're here in Avon, downtown, right next to City Market, right next to the new appliance store. And if you can't find something here, whether it's a color or a size, or just maybe you want to see what else we've got, we have a massive online store at sunandski.com. Take a look there, and if you do find something on there, have it shipped to the store, and we'll put shipping on us. It'll be free, and we can also then, you can come in, try it on if it doesn't fit, especially with swimwear sizing. It really can be a bit of a hard matter, men's and women's, try to find that right size. Try it on, and return it on the spot.
Alex, thank you so much for all this great information and helping me plan what I need to come in and buy for my next beach day trip. Oh, yeah. Make sure that you come into Sun and Ski Sports and you get your hands on all of the great things that they have to offer. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
That's all the time we have for today's episode of The Scoreboard. Thank you to all of our guests for joining us today. We will be back here on Friday for more local sports coverage. For more information, visit us online at thescoreboardnation.com. For Maddie Evans, I am Blake O'Rulian, and we will see you next time.